Temporal log number 3 by Agent Papa Lima November. I am still in this strange world of vast emptiness with small little islands of trees where I need to figure out how to get through here. There you go. One of the things I need to do is to make this path over here a little bit safer so that I can go between the starting area and the lower bits a little bit more easily, and also figure out a way to get down there without getting killed by the denizens, because there are just a few too many nasty things down there for my good. I'll see if I get a way to get up there. That might be a good thing to try, because my little section here is a little bit small, so perhaps maybe I can get down there, though that can be tricky. And what is also going to be tricky is that I am running out of supplies for doing this particular effort. But obviously this tree must be one that I planted, because how else can it be right in the way of... Really? You chose a beautiful time to do that. Hello, let's just pop right into Piney's face. There you go. Now, where were we? I wanted to get a few more of these. Let's see, these are logs. Let's try that. And that. That's even a little bit more than I wanted, but I am sure that I will find a great deal of use for them in the coming times. I think I really need to connect this all together. A little something funny up there. I probably left something not quite finished on the other side. I'll have to investigate that. What I want to do first is to make this all nice and safe to get across, so I could investigate it without being attacked. Now let's see if there's a way to get down to one of those areas there. That would be nice. Just get around this a little bit carefully. Yes, obviously I was doing something neglectful if I have that to worry about. Oh, no, nothing too serious up there. All right. For a moment there, I thought something really nasty was happening there, but apparently not. But what I do want is to get a third line of this all nice and done, and maybe put some fences on it to make sure that when I do go back and forth, I do not run a little bit too fast and fall over the edge, because falling over the edge is not something that I really want to do. It's a pretty long drop down there, and I have a feeling that by the time you stop dropping, you're no longer breathing. Whether that's from lack of air or for some other reason, I don't know, but it does not look like a good place to fall, so I am going to avoid doing that. Instead, what I'm going to do is to make this relatively safe and create some fences and connect some fences so I can go back and forth. And I think if I do that, I'll have a better opportunity to be able to get everything. Oh, actually, there must be a better way of doing it than what I'm doing right now, right? Of course there is. Yes, like that. But I want to be able to go back and forth, and maybe some of those pesky perpetrators down there will be less likely to bug me. They won't see anywhere nearby and they may just go away. Ha 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 ha. But things work that way sometimes, right? On a good day. I know. I'm here in a world like this after being through an inferno, after being through some weird time madness. I suspect that lucky days are something that are going to be few and far between for me for quite a while. But I'll just have to live with that. Well, I will have. Well, hopefully I'll have to live with it because the alternative is probably not much better. Now, but what I really want to do is be able to get back into a normal world where things could be nice and peaceful. Now, maybe things have calmed down a little bit down there, though it is getting close to be nighttime once again. But that's an unfortunate side effect of the project I was doing there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try. Oh, let's try that. Yes. Now, and also get some fences. I think some fences would be a very good idea. So let's. Yes, a large number of fences is what I mean there, obviously. That'll be a start, actually. Now, how's that for a decent supply? Now, I'll take care of that as soon as I check in to see whether or not the peanut gallery is. Or how's everything going around up there? We only got a couple of minutes left before night descends. And then those ornery denizens of the night start to make things difficult. Don't want to make it too easy for them to get up to me. That's the thing I want to be cautious of. Yeah, things are still creeping down there, I can see. Partially because this forest is a little bit on the dark side. Yeah. Very definitely has been playing on the dark side. I think that's about as close as I want to go down at the moment. Maybe if it were a little bit further from the nighttime, I would do otherwise. What I want to do is I am going to be working on the bridge tonight and see how that works. Because I want to be able to do something, and I think getting this bridge across as quickly as possible to being nice and safe, and because it's not particularly safe at the moment. But once I have fences in it and all of that, I think it'll be a nice place for me to get back and forth, help to control the denizens, and to do this all nice and carefully. And we'll see whether or not this was a brief anomaly, because it seems like brief anomalies seem to be happening in series of 8 or 9 days, so let us see if that continues to be the case. And we'll go a little bit at a time. And things are starting to get a little bit on the dark side. Ooh, right. Yeah, really on the dark side. Looks like it's the dark of the moon right now. Right in the middle of the month, then. Oopsie daisy. Let's do this here. Good. Good. And we continue along, and I think I should be able to have this thing a lot safer very quickly. Hey, maybe I should have put down a few extra torches while I was down there. Ah, that would have been sensible. Well, no, 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 no. Since when did I do anything sensible? I mean, we're talking about the same agent who wound up fouling up time in the first place. Who knows what I did in order to get the nether to start erupting the way it did? No idea what was happening there. So all sorts of nasty things. And I'm not too sure of everything that went wrong there. All right, now let's see if we will go there and there. And let's see. Oh. Right, that will... I think that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. I just have to push a whole bunch of fences all the way across, and that'll be great. Of course, I don't think I have nearly enough of these, but it should be a good start. And a good start is good for testing. And it's got to be a more efficient way of doing this, right? That's why I think I want to do it on one side first, because I think that'll be a little bit more efficient on how things come across. Good. Ah, quiet night. Well, that's because I lit up the place and I'm nice and low. So I'm hoping none of the flyers know that I'm around. Actually, yeah, doing one side first would be good. That way I could favor the side where the fences are located when I do anything. And I'm hoping to reduce the number of times I do something like that. We'll see what happens. Stranger things are likely going to be happening in the near future, that's for sure. Who knows what the final consequences of all this stuff is going to be? I have a feeling that whatever it is, it's not going to be the exact same way things were before. Sometimes I think it might have been better off with those ships sinking if I didn't completely interfere with things. But I always say that hindsight is 2020. Well, I suppose so. I mean, right now it sounds like 2020 isn't all that great anyway, so maybe that wasn't the best analogy to make. Oh, did I see something down there? Well, as long as it isn't nasty flying things that somehow saw me, even despite the fact that we are rather, despite it, despite feeling that I am high, I believe my coordinates indicator says that I am relatively low, so I'm hoping I won't have to worry about them. If not, well, oh, yes, right. I'm in a world where all sorts of anomalies, temporal distortions, things breaking the rules, and all that stuff, and I'm depending on the behavior of night flying nasty creatures of being exactly the same? Oh boy! I am being quite naive, aren't I? Ha ha. Yes, I'm also being a little jittery, apparently. It looks like I'm also running out of fences here. So obviously, I made nowhere near enough of these things. I'm going to have to make a lot more of those things if I'm going to get across on that. But it does tell me, well, I'm hoping it tells me that things are going to work this way. Yes? Yes? Yeah, nice. That works all nice and perfectly. Good. I just need a lot more of them. Anything else I'm going to be needing while I'm doing this? Probably. Well, oh, I still have a whole bunch of those things and a whole bunch of those things. Looks like what I'm going to need is a whole bunch of wood because of all the wood I used to make that first set of fences. Well, fortunately, I've got this tree here that is crying to be terminated. I'll do that. And I certainly don't want to get high enough up to alert any potential flying fiends. Now, let's see. We want this. And we want this. Because obviously, I'm going to need a better axe. Let's see. And I'm hearing bats. Well, at least better to hear bats than zombies and skeletons and phantoms and creepers. So usually I don't hear creepers until they go boom, but that's another matter. That's rather strange, isn't it? Must be something I used in order to do a little excavation, apparently. There you go. Now, we need to... Oops. Let's get as much of this as I can. Good. Now let's do the same over here. I have a feeling that, assuming that there is history after all this, is that this is not going to be the most riveting footage in all of Temporal Agent history. But then, when you're a Temporal Agent, riveting very often is something you... something that happens to you than rather something that you seek, so to speak. Let's see. Oh, the sun is shining. Well, okay, the sun is rising at least. Very well. Now, let's see what we've got here. We want that. We want that. And we want that. There we go. Another full set of those things. And oh boy, the sun has decided to make an appearance once again. Ending the 5th day of the latest ordeal. This is Agent Papa Lima November, codename Pineleaf, signing off.